Okay, here it is, the Mad Russian log splitter I just built. I needed a log splitter down at the lake because we're using more and more wood in the fire pits and such, and I didn't want to go with the more conventional hydraulic splitter because, you know, there's maintenance on the engines. The hydraulic systems are pretty big and pretty bulky, kind of hard to keep laying around. You know, they take up a lot of space. So this thing here I can just roll on into my little shed there and just leave it up against the wall somewhere. But the heart of this thing is this screw. It's a counter-rotating piece of 4130 steel. Actually, about the only place you can get them is either from Poland, Russia, or Ukraine. This one here was made in the Ukraine and I had shipped over. Basically, it runs off a 5 horsepower, 1750 RPM Baldor motor. That's a motor off an air compressor. It's a high capacitor, high start capacitor on it. I ran that motor into this where I've got a little 40 amp contact switch inside there. Reason I did that is I didn't want this thing to run all the time, so I wired that contact switch into this little dead man switch, a little foot operated dead man, so I can throw that on the ground in front of me and the thing won't turn on until you step on this. So if you ever get a glove or a sleeve or something or a piece of wood stuck in this, you just take your foot off the pedal and it'll shut it off. Running it on an 1 1/8" shaft. It's a 1750 RPM motor. Running the primary pulley is a not quite 3-inch, 2.95, and then a 6 1/4" driven pulley. That's going to give me about 8 1/4, about 825, 826 on the RPM. The configuration it is now with this tabletop down, I'm able to split longer stuff, 4, 5, 6 foot logs, just set them on the ground and bump it into it. But then, you know, when I do want to do more, you know, conventional size firewood, made this little tabletop, a little knee brace in here, locks in like that, and now with that I'll be able to do the, you know, the smaller stuff, set it on the tabletop and run it into the auger. And that's about it, really. Not a whole lot to them. They're a lot easier and a lot smaller, nothing to take care of basically. Keep some grease in the bearings. So I'm going to go out and see if I can find a couple pieces of firewood, plug it in and do some splitting, see how it works.